Good day, everyone. My story is all about Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Here is the author of the story, J.K. Rowling, the girl who grew up to write Harry Potter. She lived in Winterbourne, Gloucester. She grew up surrounded by books as her mom and dad loved to read. She wrote her first book at the age of 6 entitled Rabbit. And here is the character of the story. First, Harry Potter. Harry Potter, the protagonist and central character. As baby, Harry faced Lord Voldemort and survived, earning the lightning-shaped scar on his forehead. Harry is the kind, stubborn, and resourceful. He has faced many hardships but always seems to emerge victorious. Next, Albus Dumbledore. Albus Dumbledore, the headmaster of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Dumbledore is an old and powerful wizard. Aside from Harry, Dumbledore is Voldemort's only true nemesis. He represents wisdom, strength, and integrity. Next, Dolores Umbridge. Dolores Umbridge, the senior undersecretary to the Minister of Magic and the self-appointed High Inquisitor of Hogwarts. Physically, Umbridge resembles a toad as her behavior is just as ugly. She is arrogant, vindictive, and untrustworthy. Next, the Lord Voldemort. Lord Voldemort, also known as the Dark Lord, most wizards are afraid to speak his name. Voldemort embodies pure evil. He was once a student at Hogwarts named Tom Riddle, but he quickly became the most powerful dark force in the wizarding world. Voldemort killed Harry's parents and responsible for deaths of many others. Next is Ron Weasley. Ron Weasley is one of Harry's best friends, a shy, nervous boy prone to embarrassment. Ron is a brave, young wizard. He comes from pure-blood wizarding family. His twin brother Fred and George and younger sister Ginny also attend Hogwarts. Next, Hermione Granger. One of Harry's best friends, strikingly intelligent and very hardworking, Hermione is always reminding Harry and Ron to study. She is extremely brave at the top of her class at Hogwarts. Next is Sirius Black, Harry's godfather, and his father's best friend and schoolmates. Sirius is an animagus, which means that he can turn himself into a shaggy black dog named Padfoot. At will, Sirius was strongly imprisoned for murder, and since his escape has been forced to remain in hiding. Next, Professor Severus Snape, head of house for Slytherin and Peter. Snape teaches potions and is a member of the Order. Harry does not trust Snape, but Dumbledore has long been loyal. Professor Minerva McGonagall, head of house for Gryffindor and instructor of Transfiguration. Professor McGonagall is taught by peer and has earned the respect of her students. Hagrid. Hagrid is the gamekeeper at Hogwarts and instructor of care of magical creatures. Hagrid is part giant and a very good friend to Harry. He is a member of Order of the Phoenix and extremely loyal to Dumbledore. Cornelius Fudge. The Minister of Magic Fudge is corrupt and anxious. He believes that Dumbledore is after his job and thinks Harry is a liar. Mrs. Weasley, Ron's mother. Mrs. Weasley is a tall, and overprotective with her children's best interests always in mind. She is a member of the Order and loyal to Dumbledore. She considers Harry a member of her family. Mr. Weasley. Mr. Weasley is Ron's father and an employee of the Ministry of Magic, Misuse of Muggle Artifacts Division. Mr. Weasley is kind, loyal, and obsessed with Muggle culture. He treats Harry as his own son. Neville Longbottom, a close friend of Harry's and an awkward young wizard. Neville's parents were members of the Order of the Phoenix and tortured into lunacy by Bellatrix Lestrange. Mr. and Mrs. Longbottom now reside in Strathmore West Hospital. Next, Luna Lovegood, a student and outcast at Hogwarts. Luna's father owns The Quibbler, a wizard tabloid. She is often mocked at school but doesn't seem to mind. Ginny Weasley, Ron's younger sister. Ginny is sweet and brave, used to have a crush on Harry. Draco Malfoy, the seeker of the Slytherin Quidditch team and Harry's arch-enemy at Hogwarts. Like his father, Draco disapproves of half-bloods of mud-bloods studying at Hogwarts. He is arrogant, ignorant, and terrible mean. Lucius Malfoy, Draco's father. Lucius is a Death Eater and servant of Voldemort. Bellatrix Lestrange, Sirius' cousin and a Death Eater. Bellatrix is responsible for torturing Mr. and Mrs. Longbottom into insanity. She is loyal only to Voldemort. Professor Sybil Trelawney, instructor of divination at Hogwarts. Professor Trelawney is scatterbrained, and her predictions are generally ridiculous. She is the great-great-granddaughter of a famous seer, and she is responsible for prophecy about Harry Potter. Mad-Eye Moody, a retired author who once taught defense against the dark arts at Hogwarts. Moody is a member of the Order and loyal to Dumbledore. Remus Lupin, a werewolf and member of the Order. Lupin once taught defense against the dark arts at Hogwarts. He was a good friend of Harry's father. Dobby, formerly the Muggle House elf, and freed by Harry at the end of the book 2. Dobby has grown increasingly loyal to Harry. He helps Harry and D.A.